You know that little tap you do with your phone to pay for coffee? Or when you just wave your transit card and the gate just opens? Yeah, that feels like magic, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on that trick. It's all thanks to this super cool and surprisingly simple technology called near-field communication. You've probably seen the acronym NFC. All right, so what in the world is NFC? Well, put simply, it's a way for two gadgets to chat with each other wirelessly. But here's the catch. They have to be really close, like practically touching. Now, you might have heard of something similar called RFID, right? The stuff they use to track packages in a warehouse. You can think of NFC as its smarter, more secure little brother, built specifically for all those quick, up-close and personal things we do all the time. Okay, so the very first thing you've got to understand about NFC, and honestly, it's the most important part, is one single word: proximity. We're not talking about Wi-Fi or Bluetooth here, where you can connect from across the room. No way. NFC is all about being up close and personal. And when I say close, I mean really close. Get this, 4 centimeters. That's it. We're talking less than 2 inches. Now you might be thinking, wow, that sounds like a bug, not a feature. But here's the twist. That super short range is actually its biggest strength. It's what makes it so secure. Think about it. No one can skim your data from across the room. You have to physically, intentionally bring your device close. It's security by design.
So if they're not actually touching, what's going on? How are they sending information back and forth? Well, it's all down to a little bit of, invisible physics magic.
Basically, one of the devices creates this tiny little electromagnetic field around it. Just picture a small, invisible energy bubble. Now, when another NFC device gets inside that bubble, it can actually draw power and information right from that field. The devices then talk to each other by making tiny changes to that bubble. It's a really smart, elegant way to pass along data with absolutely zero wires involved.
All right, another key thing to know is that NFC devices can play 2 totally different roles. It's not always a conversation between equals. Depending on the situation, they can act in one of 2 modes. And those 2 modes are called passive and active. So let's break that down. In passive mode, you've got one device that has all the power. That's the active one, like your smartphone. It creates that energy bubble we talked about. The other device, the passive one, is something like your credit card or a key fob. It has no battery, no power source of its own. It literally gets powered up for a split second by the phone's field, just long enough to say, hey, here's my info. Then you have active mode. That's when both devices have their own power, like 2 smartphones tapping together to share a photo. They both create their own fields and have a full-on 2-way conversation. Okay, so let's do a super quick recap of what makes NFC tick. Number 1, that ridiculously short range, 4 centimeters or less, which is actually a security feature. Number 2, it all works using those cool, invisible electromagnetic fields. And number 3, it's got those 2 modes, active and passive, which makes it super versatile for everything from paying for stuff to just getting info from a poster. And really, that's the whole shebang. That's the core of how NFC works. It's simple, it's secure, and it's already, everywhere in our daily lives. But you've got to think its potential is nowhere near tapped out yet. So I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Since this tech is so secure and so personal, what's the next big thing it's going to be used for? I mean, beyond just paying for stuff, what's that next killer app going to be?